Adam is the newest installment in the DC Extended Universe. I believe it is the 11th or 12th installment in the DC Extended Universe. It stars Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam. Nearly 5,000 years after he was bestowed with the almighty powers of the Egyptian gods and imprisoned just as quickly, Black Adam is freed from his earthly tomb, ready to unleash his unique form of justice on the modern world. Now, honestly, the trailers for this movie really didn't do it for me, so I wasn't too shocked with the critic ratings for this movie. That's kind of the vibe that it was giving me. Walking out of the theater, though, I sort of understand where they're coming from, but I sort of don't. It's not the transformative movie that everybody's gonna say it is for the DC movies or for cinema in general, because you know there's gonna be those people that say that. But it's also, I don't think, as bad as critics are saying it is. I think it deserves slightly higher scores. I wouldn't give it, like, great scores or anything. Essentially, this is just a big, loud, dumb, stupid superhero movie that, for the most part, knows what it is. This is a superhero movie that is essentially all action, no plot. The plot revolves around this MacGuffin, the villain of the movie, played by Marwan Kenzari. We all know how that's worked out before, with him as a villain. They clearly saw him as Jafar and was like, that guy, villain, he's great as a villain, and it clearly didn't work out as Jafar, so I don't know what made them think he would be a great villain here. He's one of the weaker parts of the movie, and it's not because it's Marwan Kenzari and he's not menacing as a villain. That's part of it. The other part is that the character wants this MacGuffin, and he just wants it because he wants it. So the villain for me was really weak. There's a lot of hokey aspects in this movie. The entire third act of the movie is some of the lamest, stupidest shit I have ever seen in a superhero movie. At least in terms of some of the story elements and how they're weaving like this city into the story. I was sitting there thinking about this line from 2002 Spider-Man.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us!
Black Adam also suffers from some horrible editing. The action sequences I don't think are very up to par. While they are somewhat fun to watch, they're entertaining. It's cool watching all these heroes throw down with each other and throw down with the villains, and just seeing just the special effects extravaganza on screen, exploding before your eyes, and having your blood vessels burst because there's so much CGI and special effects on the screen. The editing of said action sequences isn't all that great. Some shots I can't even tell if somebody's getting hit because it's blocked. There's a moment where Dr. Fate punches somebody. I said, did Dr. Fate actually just hit that guy? I have no idea. I can't tell. What's the budget on this movie? Is it $250 million? That feels like a $1 like dollar store punch or something. But then also in conversation, when these characters are having conversations with each other, they will use so many different shots and camera angles for one specific conversation. For the same character, there'll be one character talking, then it'll shoot back to another character talking, then they'll do another angle of the previous character that was talking, and then cut to another angle of that same character. And there's like 5 different angles going on at once for this conversation. You can just hone in right on the character, put them dead center on the screen, and just have them talk. We don't need an overhead shot. We don't need a shot from the left. We don't need a panning shot. We don't need a dolly shot. We don't need a shot from the right. We just need somebody right in the middle of the screen, centered, saying their lines and delivering their lines the way a shot should actually be framed in a superhero movie. That was very distracting for me. But all of that aside, as stated, it's an all-action, no-plot type of movie. So it is easily consumable entertainment. It's light and breezy. It has a breakneck pace because there's so much going on. The movie doesn't feel like it's 2 hours. It actually feels closer to an hour and a half, and having that all action, no plot mentality allows the movie to be easily digestible like that. I loved a lot of the characters in this movie, even though they weren't fleshed out all that much. It was just cool seeing them, I guess, because we're so far into this universe now, and it's been such a hodgepodge of ups and downs, and nobody knows what they're even going to do anymore. So it was cool seeing Aldous Hodge as Hawkman. I thought he was really awesome. He was a great Hawkman, one of the better live-action Hawkmans we've had. Pierce Brosnan, my man, Dr. Fate, phenomenal as always. You bet your ass I'm wearing a World Is Not Enough shirt. Gotta support my bonds here. You will never see me wearing a Tomorrow Never Dies shirt. You will see me wearing a Die Another Day shirt before I wear a Tomorrow Never Dies shirt. So how about that? Pierce Brosnan, the man. I just punched my PS5. Here's Brosnan, the man, the legend, as Dr. Fate. Stole the entire show. I liked Cyclone a lot. I could do without Atom Smasher. As a matter of fact, all of the scenes with the Justice Society of America were the best scenes in the movie. I didn't want any scene with these characters to end. They were honestly the scene stealers of the entire movie. Every time I cut back to them, I was just like, yes, focus more on them. And then every time I cut to them and Black Adam, I said, okay, yeah, they're dealing with Black Adam stuff, but when it was just Black Adam solo, and this is a contention point. This is going to be my sticking point here. I wanted it to go back to the JSA. I didn't care all that much about Black Adam. I cared more about the JSA than I did about Black Adam and Black Adam's own movie. And I think a lot of that is because Black Adam is played by Dwayne Johnson. Seriously, man, Dwayne Johnson is just the same dude in every movie now. It's like Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg's either a thief or a cop. And he's not a good actor, so just, I don't know, stop, I guess? There's nothing here to differentiate Dwayne Johnson from his previous roles for the past 15 years. He's still playing the Scorpion King to this day. Take his scenes from The Mummy Returns, put them next to his scenes in Black Adam. You will realize there was absolutely no difference. Everybody was saying that this was Dwayne Johnson's transformative performance, that it was a different performance from Dwayne Johnson. He's using the same shtick he's done for the past 15 years. And he's playing the same dude. That's like, there's nothing transformative about it. There's nothing groundbreaking about Dwayne Johnson's performance in this movie. I guess I have such a problem because his ego, I feel like, gets the better of him with this movie, and I feel like he's putting this movie on a pedestal when it's really just, you know, I think he's trying too hard. I think he's acting like there's a lot more depth to this movie than there actually is. I feel like he was in a completely different movie. I felt like he was taking his part a lot more seriously than everybody else who knew it was a dumb, big, special effects driven extravaganza superhero movie that's loud and you can easily digest. And I feel like Dwayne Johnson felt like it was this transcendent movie that has spiritual and metaphorical messages subtly hidden deep within it, and it's not that. It's a simple action superhero movie, and once it got past the half-hour mark, I realized exactly that was the type of movie this was going to be. Dwayne Johnson didn't, unfortunately. So every time he was on screen, I felt easily distracted because I was thinking about him being in a completely different movie, but also at the same time, him just playing the same character he's played for the past 20 years of his career now. While everybody else was up for the task, they knew exactly what they were up to. I guess because it is all action, no plot, and the plot's just, hey, I gotta get this thing because I want it, you know? I mean, I had fun with the movie for what it was. Usually with these all-action, no-plot movies, I'm kind of like, no, you need story, you need characters. It's light and breezy, but it's kind of poorly made, and there are elements of this movie that are poorly made. It's not the best written movie. It's slightly above average. That's the best way I'll say it. And usually with all-action, no-plot movies, I just write them off. I used to love them a lot when I was younger. I've really grown out of all action, no plot movies. This is one of those movies where I could just kick back, relax, have a good time, and see some superheroes kick each other's ass on screen, despite some major issues with the movie itself. I enjoyed Black Adam with 3/4 worth of a bucket of popcorn. And all of that is despite me not liking Dwayne Johnson all that much in this movie and him feeling out of place. And more JSA plays, seriously. Bring Aldous Hodge back as Hawkman, and I don't know who played Cyclone, she was great too, and I could give or take Adam Smasher. So have you seen Black Adam? What were your thoughts on Black Adam? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.